Hello, it's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia with you today with a very quick video because I made a card today. In fact, I've been crafting today and having an absolute ball. The mojo is flowing with all these brand new products from our brand new mini catalogue that's just come out January this month. It's full of incredible products, and one of the products I wanted to show you today was the Forever Blossom stamp set here. This is part of the Parisian Blossoms. So I just had to look at my catalogue there. Page 14 and 15, the Parisian Blossoms have two stamp sets, two sets of thinlits. It's absolutely stunning, so go and have a look at that in the catalogue. If you live in Australia and you haven't seen Stampin' Up products before, or you would like to get into card making, or you would like one of the brand new catalogues because you don't have them yet, please ask. We would love to help you. We have some links below. You'll see when you click the little arrow, all the links will show up for you. And yeah, we'd love to help you. So please ask. So we're going to use this one today. And this is the card that we're making. Are you ready for it? It's so beautiful. I'm channeling my inner girl again. I must say, I'm using ribbon a little bit more than normal. And what I love about this particular card is that I've been able to use my beautiful Subtles, it's petal pink cardstock here, and just stamped directly on it, and then almost basically use the same color throughout. Now, in the Amazing Suite, it has these champagne rhinestones as well that I've decorated on the flowers. Look how beautiful they are. And then we've got this gorgeous sentiment here. I've used a brand new punch there. I'll have to get the name of it because I've forgotten already. Whenever there's new product, I'm like, oh, I've got more things to learn. This brain only can store so much, you know. And this gorgeous ribbon is one of my favorites. I am not a pink girl, but I am hooked to this ribbon. I think I'm actually going to run out of my first spool of ribbon ever. Does anyone else have that problem? So I am very excited about this metallic edged ribbon. It's just gorgeous. So let's jump in and make this card. Now, what is really special about this card, are you ready for it? The inside, I decided to use petal pink as well. I was going to do the whisper white, and I thought, you know what? There's no whisper white anywhere on this card. The subtle cardstock is light enough to write on. You're going to write on that and see it perfectly. So how beautiful is that to finish off the card on the inside as well? So I'll show you exactly what I've done. Let's jump in and craft. Here we go. So I have already pre-cut my cardstock. I love chopping lengthways, but most people probably chop widthways. So it's up to you what you decide to do. Now for the measurements today, you're going to need my card templates to decipher what I'm talking about. If you don't have my card templates, you need them, stat. I have a tutorial so that you can make them yourself. And I have color-coded the measurements so that it deciphers measurements all around the world and helps you to craft more confidently, because none of us like math. Well, some people do, but you're crazy people. People who like math are pretty crazy. I'm kidding. I love you all. We all have our thing. So our base is going to be the gorgeous grape base. Look for that measurement. The next layer we're going to use is our melon mambo base, and then it's going to be flirty flamingo. And of course, you'll be looking at this going, what? They're not even the colors that you used, Kylie. Well, that you will understand. If you get my card templates, I color code them because I'm constantly adding new layers to the templates. So these two are actually going to be petal pink. And of course, our base is basic black. But if you are looking for the measurements, voila. And even on the inside of the card, I have done the exact same measurements on the inside. So they are both going to be petal pink as well. Let me show you what I mean. So here I have pre-cut my two layers. These two are here. So that's the larger one is the melon mambo, and then the next layer is the flirty flamingo. So these are the measurements here. And we're going to be stamping on this smaller layer here. So let's do some stamping because it's so much fun. And I've got the gorgeous larger flower. I think these might be cherry blossoms. Does anyone know? They look like cherry blossoms. They might be a different flower altogether. I'm not too sure, but they do look very much like a cherry blossom. I'm hoping one day we can go to Japan and do the cherry blossom cruise. Hint, hint, Stampin' Up. Great incentive trip. I'm putting my request in. Stampin' Up are very generous, and if you earn certain rewards, they take you on trips every year. I know, pretty cool, isn't it? If you want to know more, please ask. So here are the flowers, and we're going to use this one too, and there's sentiment here. So I've got my Memento black ink. Now, something to keep in mind with this stamp set, I was stamping and I'm like, is my Memento ink out of ink? And I actually refilled it because I was looking at it going, it's not inking. Why is it not inking? But it's actually one of those distinctive type stamps, and it has sort of layers of color through it, which is awesome because it just comes up so pretty. So if you're wondering why it doesn't look like ink's going on there, and even when you stamp, you'll be like, is that even stamping? Because it's sort of like a lighter color, and at first you think I don't know if I like it, but in this subtle petal pink look, it actually is stunning. And then you can have like the sentiment really popping out then, which is awesome. And then we'll just, I'm not really sort of working out where I'm putting it. There's no rhyme nor reason to where I'm stamping. I'm just wanting to fill up this space. And then we've got the smaller flowers that we can come in with if we sort of miss a spot. And I do like to go different directions just for a bit of interest. So we can go over here. I love this sort of stamping. It's so much fun. And you can do this with a lot of, if you have smaller stamp sets, this is a great way to utilize small stamp sets that you're not sure what to do, like little small stamps, I should say. You can fill up a space and use it as like a background that you create for yourself. So almost like do your own DSP. That's what it's like. Have a look at Designer Series paper and you'll get lots of ideas there. And then there. Oh, so pretty. And then we're going to come in with our little flower and do just a couple of little flowers just off the edge here. Maybe one there. And that'll do. That's fine. Looks good to me. Don't get too fussy. So then we're going to adhere this. I'll just move, actually no, before we adhere and do anything, I'm going to do the inside because it's always good to do the inside. I find what I end up doing is I sometimes actually get ahead of myself and I clean my stamps and then I'm like, ugh, I haven't done the inside. Like, seriously, Kylie, get it together. So do the inside now, and then we can just do all the gluing all at one time. And you can also clean your stamp sets then, because you know you're done. Because it's very important to clean those stamps as soon as you're done. Oh, that's so pretty. And then that's going to be layered and stuck down as well. Good. So we are done with our stamping, except our sentiment. So we'll do our sentiment now as well. I like my chamois. My chamois is awesome. It just has water on here, and then particularly with your rubber stamps, you can just spritz a little bit of make sure it's away from your project, of course, but spritz a bit of the Stamp and Mist on it just to condition it. But I find this really easy just to clean it quickly and easily. So if you don't have the chamois, check it out. And that beautiful conditioner, you don't want to get onto your polymer. So don't spray it on your chamois because, yeah, you don't want that to come in contact with polymer. Apparently it cracks it. It cracks it. The polymer's cracking it. It's not Happy Jan. Sorry, they're very Australian sayings. If you don't know what not Happy Jan is, you should Google it. It was a commercial in Australia. It always goes back to a commercial. So we'll do the other little flower too. Now we'll do our sentiment. And what I like to do, I always have scrap pieces that I keep. I have bags like this, just cello bags, and I've put all of my scraps, and I have one for every single color because there's always scraps. When you're working with cards, and you're chopping down, you're always going to end up with little bits and pieces, and I don't want to waste them. Like, look at this. This has turned into a perfect sentiment. So that is my hot tip, to get those cello bags sorted and have them ready to go. Now we're going to stamp this one. I'm a little bit of a slacker and I haven't put the backings on, and I just think it's such a good idea to do with sentiments, because so many of us, I'm sure you will agree, we've all stamped it the wrong way at some time in our life. And we've got this beautiful new punch. Now let me get the name of this, because this is an awesome new one. Where would it be? It's in the... I'm trying to think of what it could even be called. I'll make up my own name. No, I won't. Sorry. That's very bad of me. It'll come to me. Something like tag. No, not tag. Found it. Label Me Fancy Punch. And it's also Label Me Lovely is another one for bigger sentiments. But page 41 of the mini catalogue, okay? And it's, what's cool about this one is you can have like a little slot or a little dot. That's an extra little punch there. But we're just going to punch it out. It's a little bit different, this one, because normally I'm used to going this way. So just watch how close you are to the edge. Because if you stamp, like I stamped in the middle last time, and then I'm like, oh, I can't go all the way across. So just line it up. And you can sort of like, with the punches, you can push down without actually punching. And that just allows you to really get a good idea of, is it even, is it straight? And you hold it in place, so it's there, it's stuck, but you're not punching. And then when you're happy, punch all the way through. That's a little handy trick that I like to do. And then we'll give this little guy a clean, and then afterwards I'll just give them a little bit of a spritz with some Stampin' Mist to condition that. Okay, now let's get gluing. I personally like my multi-purpose adhesive, mainly because I'm challenged to get things straight. I find it very difficult. If there's people out there that can use tape and get it straight, seriously, you're amazing. I envy you, but I cannot do that. It always ends up crooked. So with the glue, I enjoy it because I get a little bit of wiggle room. Wiggle, wiggle. I like a little bit of wiggle room, because then I can stick it down and then I go wiggle, wiggle, and I can move it around, have a look at each edge, make sure everyone's happy. And about now it should be starting to dry. Brilliant. Love it. Chop it. And another one. And pop that down. Perfect. And then I know it's exactly where I want it to be. I like that. I feel like I have more control. I mean, I have the power thanks to this guy. I've got the power. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Anyone would think I was talking to someone, but I'm here all alone. No, I'm not. You're here with me. Thank you for joining me. I love you coming along. P.S. I love all your comments. Keep them coming. If this is your first time seeing my channel, I love people going, this is the first time I found you. I go, oh, how exciting. Someone new to my channel. And if you've been here before, thank you. Thanks for your support. Feel free to thumbs up and share too. Share it with your friends. So now what we're going to do, I discovered this epiphany the other day. Don't know why I haven't done it before, but anyway, I'm glad I found it because I've been using ribbons so much more lately, and that is using my glue dots. I just put one on each end. Just make sure you're adhering it on the same side, because last time I did it, I put them on two different sides. And then I do one in the middle. And that is all I do with the ribbon. Now, what I like about this, firstly, is it's super easy and quick. And it's good because I don't get to use my glue dots enough. Now, I'm just going to work out where I want this sentiment. I don't necessarily want it to cover that beautiful flower that we did there. So I think we should go around there. Yes, I'm happy with that. So what I like about it is I can push that down in the middle, and now it's happy both edges. Just be careful it doesn't stick to your surface. But the one thing that I like about the technique is that it still has this sort of flowy look to it, like it's not stuck down permanently. I love that sort of textured, loose look that it has, because it's still free. It's free in these little sections here. As you can see, I can just flip it under and now it's stuck. And there's no, I was using tear and tape previously, and what would end up happening is I'd have my tear and tape, I'd put on my glue for wiggle room, wiggle, and then it wouldn't wiggle because the glue would stick, and I'd be like, ah, it's sticking. So this is working very well for me. It's my little hot tip. Now I have already pre-done my little bow. Oh, hello little cutie. I did that with my Bow Easy Maker, which sadly I used to sell, but I don't anymore. I'm very sorry. You'll see it somewhere online. It's a definite must-have, that bow maker, because I could not tie a bow like that. There is no way, especially that little. So we are going to put that on dimensionals, because why not? We love dimensionals. And I was watching the incredibly talented Lisa Curcio. This is how I store my dimensionals in our clear mount cases. I was watching Lisa Curcio the other night, and she did something that I thought was absolutely genius. You're a genius, Lisa Curcio. But what she did was added the dimensionals. So I'll just put a couple on here. I was going to put 3, but I better not, hey? Some of you might be like, what? Now, particularly when you're doing a big area, I would peel these off, and they still are. In fact, I think they ended up on my dogs, Jasper and Bella. Like, seriously, dimensional backings are everywhere. But what she does is get our picker tool and then just lift it up. So you just can stick, it sounds terrible, like you're stabbing your dimensional. And I probably will get faster at this. She's very quick. But then you can put all of them on the end, and you can do quite a number of them. And then they're all in the one place, and then I can actually do something incredible. I can grab those and put it straight in the bin. What? Dimensional backings in the bin, not on the floor or on top of the dogs. Thank you, Lisa. You're keeping me neat and tidy. And I actually have this really cute bin. Thanks, Stampin' Up. It's a Stampin' Up bin. How cute is that? So that's where my dimensionals are going to go. Thank you. Bye, little ones. So yes. If you live in Australia, you can get these. And these are exclusive, by the way. They're on the clearance rack for $6. Bargain. Bargain, if you ask me. There's people all over around the world that are like biting at the bit for those gorgeous bins. And sadly, we're not allowed to sell them outside of Australia. Nope, it's out of policy. Even clearance rack items. So you lovely people overseas, don't be tempting or asking people for the bins unless it's a gift. I've had a few people ask me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not within policy to sell it to you. I'm not allowed to. But I have given a few as a gift, which is nice. So now we're going to get our little base and get our bone folder and fold that over. I love my bone folder. I never used to think it was a thing, but it really is. It crisps your edge. Crisp that edge. Crispy, crispy. And why would we want that? Well, the card it just folds nicer. It feels better. You don't get the same creases and things that shouldn't be there. It's just nice and clean and happy. It really does help having that. And then we're going to adhere that down. Now, should I do? Nah, I think I'll stick it down. I was going to do dimensionals, but I don't think it would do that bigger impact. So we're going to stick that down with some multi-purpose glue. There we go. And again, I can do a bit of a wiggle. Yay. Now, the other thing that we want to do is add some of the champagne rhinestones. Now you can flip this around and there's another end to your picker tool and you can use that splayed. But if you're lazy like me and you're like, I can't be bothered turning that around, you can use this end too. I'm such a lazy crafter. I'm like, I just want to get as many cards done as I can. I don't want to be mucking around changing sides. So you just put them haphazardly, but usually with anything that is a dimensional, the rule of thumb is to do it in odds. So either have 3 or have 5. That's usually the way to go. Creatively, I mean, most people creatively will say, and we were watching Dance Mum the other night. Dance Mums, don't judge us. She's so bad. She's terrible to those children. But yes, she was talking about her dancing, which is the only reason why we watch it, because her dancing's so good. But she was saying something like that her dances, she likes them to be in odd numbers because it just looks better. And I thought, how interesting that even in dancing, anything creatively, I thought that's a really interesting point. It all goes back to the Fibonacci sequence. Even flowers will have odd numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, odd's the way to go. We're all a bit odd. We need one more. I want one down here. I think I'll do one, even though it's in the corner there. Yeah, because that'll be too covered. Actually, we'll do it there. We'll do it in this corner. So as you see, this tool is not as good as if you use this side. You have more control if you use this side. But, you know, this works great too. So that is looking absolutely stunning. So simple, so easy. And then we're just going to put the inside. And we are done. Smashed it. What time is it? 20 minutes. We've made a brilliant card. And I would love to see different colours that you might choose. What you end up deciding, because you could do all sorts of different colours. I was thinking maybe the mint macaron might be nice. But it's such a beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. I've just stuck that down with the glue dot. Really simple. And if you wanted to change this out, you could step it up by putting a basic black sentiment here with the Label Me Fancy punch, and do black and then do white embossing. So that's another idea. And maybe even this second layer you could have Whisper White instead of the Petal Pink if you wanted to. So you could swap out a few things, but I just love the ribbon, love that beautiful stamp set that's sort of this subtle look, and then it allows that sentiment to really pop out and be the hero. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm glad we got to make this together. That's the freeze frame. And if you have any questions, please ask. We'd love to help you. If you're in Australia, we can definitely assist you with joining, or you can order through us. There's an amazing joining special that's running until the 31st of March till 2020. And you can ask me about that amazing special. Get a lot of free extra freebies. In fact, you could get this stamp set for free if you wanted to. If you join up, you get $66 of product for free, plus you can choose a stamp set of your choice of any value for free, plus you get a mini cutter and 48 sheets of 6x6 paper. Thank you very much. Stampin' Up. I'll take that. Oh, I'm already joined. Shame. So yes, please subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you click on the bell, because then you'll get notifications of any of our videos that happen to pop up. And we shall see you very soon somewhere online. Thank you so much for your support. And if you'd like the card template tutorial, I will put the link below so you can get those measurements. And I think that's everything. Ciao. Have a wonderful week.